1972 Cuda. So I'm going to strip all the bodywork off. This is getting ready for the auction. Because it's been open, the body filler exposed to the air for so long, we don't know what's underneath it. Has it got surface rust in it? Quite possibly so. Safest way, we strip it right to the metal. Here's the start of our next 6-day challenge. 6-day build. This car is actually really straight. Someone did all the metal work, they did all the mud work, and they didn't prime it. So, because we have no idea what it's like underneath the filler, I mean, you put on filler and sand it like that, that is a giant sponge. So, the only safe thing to do is to strip the bodywork right off down to the metal. We'll epoxy it, make this so that someone can start fresh with clean metal, clean car. They'll have to redo the bodywork. It looks like really not that much filler on here. You know, it's hard to tell by sound. You really can't, but it sounds pretty good. Contradicting what I just said. Anyhow, it's a 6-day job. We have to strip it down. We're going to use 80 grit on the 8-inch, maybe 40 grit first, finish with 80. We'll see what kind of, we're trying not to damage the metal too much. So 80 grit will probably where we finish at. And then he's talking about bolting seats in it. Oh yeah, probably get some glass. Who knows? He's continually getting carried away. We went way too far on the Blazer. This one, this looks really freaking good. I like these cars. And I'm going to start pulling all this stuff out of the inside. And then you can see, make sure the floors are good. Well, yeah, we might already have new floor pans by the look of it. Anyhow, I got to empty it out and see what we got. So that's what I'm up to right now.
These doors open? Look at that. Amazing. Oh. Why would somebody, is that a bumper? No, what is that? Oh, that's a whole rocker?
No, that's a bumper.
What? Oh, maybe in 72 they had the impact. This is like the inner bumper liner.
Not a clue, man.
Guaranteed, because there's a front and a back, but look.
Yeah, that's a car guy, but that sounds to me that.
Yes.
What year is this?
72 or 3.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah. Yeah, what they look like bumpers, and I think they're the bumpers.
Oh, that's something I gotta do.
What?
I just realized I gotta order a new fuel tank for my car because the thing was underwater.
Yeah, it's probably got some stuff in it.
Yeah. Gosh.
Well, it would be nice if we found the door handle if it lost, or whatever.
Well, we got the wrap. We got 2 pieces over there.
Do we?
Yeah, wrapped in the green shirt and the hood.
Oh, yeah, because they didn't have that window. They didn't have it.
No, they didn't.
They didn't?
No.
Oh, okay. Holy fuck! Oh, Jesus. How come I got the heavy one? Oh, God. Yeah. Two of these. That's this, is it not? No. This. No. This. How does that go? Other side.
Other way. Oh no, you were right, it's over here. Yeah, that fits over the dash. Like so.
Okay, we got 2. Okay.
I think I saw another hood hang out. Now, if the threads are bad, when you're putting doors, hoods, trunk, whatever on, if the threads, you can tell, if they don't feel good, take the time and tap them out. It makes all the freaking difference in the world. Especially doors, there's a lot of weight on them, and you're constantly readjusting them. You move them in a little bit, back a quarter turn. Basically, it depends how much resistance you're finding. This is not bad, but it starts to get tight, so you back it off. If it was a little tighter, I'd be using the cat's ass on it, but it's not too bad right now. The fit of the door changes when you put more weight in the car. You throw the motor and tranny in, the front sits down lower. Not enough to be a problem, but it depends on what level of refinement you're going to with your finish. If you're going show or perfect gaps and perfectly flush everywhere, well, then you're constantly readjusting the hinges. I know some people have drilled an 1/8 inch hole. You know, they get the door lined up, and they drill an 1/8 inch hole through, so that when they go to put the hinge back on, they use that 1/8 inch drill bit, and it's sitting on there, and they tighten everything up, and it's perfect. That can work, but when you're doing a car complete like this and it's all empty, as I add more weight to the car, front or back, whatever, I find I'm always moving these hinges around again. And pretty soon you're drilling another 1/8 inch hole and another. And you know, I might use a pencil mark and mark where it goes. When I put it back on, I know where to start. You can do whichever you like, but I don't see the benefit of drilling an 1/8 inch hole. Just line them up. By the time you've had the door off and on a few times, you know where roughly it goes and where to start. Yeah, this is going pretty good. Okay, I thought I might have to make a new plate with threads in it, but this cleaned up really nice. So I will dope bolts, and we'll go back in, put the hinge where I think it goes, and while I have it off, it's been blasted, I'm gonna spray some etching primer in here, and I think it's gonna be awesome. Gotta get some thread dope. All right, found a couple of bolts that might be right. Let's check. Yes, they're going to work nicely. And forgot the primer first. Get a little etching primer. A little more than it needed, but that's all right. Oh, dope up some bolts here. Wow. Wow. This other one is a different size. That surprises me. It's 5/16, isn't it? Yeah. Oops. All right, these started, it's critical. Ooh. Why? Ha, I got the wrong size bolts. No way. I did get the wrong size bolts. No kidding. Hey, best out of 3. Much better. Dig that. Wow, sure makes a difference. Having the right size bolt. Anyhow, get rid of this. And get this set up tight where I think it goes. And then I can adjust this door properly. And then when I'm going to fit the fender, I know where it belongs. And this is really tough to do with the fender on. So, I'll tighten this inner one in once I'm happy with the fender. It is aggressive enough if you went across this corner, you could burn right through if you pushed hard enough. So yeah, this is a bit snug here, but someone's replaced the entire quarter. So I'm going to put the front fender on first after I strip it, get it cleaned up. Then I'll know if there's room for the door to go forward, or if this has to be cut and moved back 1/8 of an inch to give you a proper gap. I could do that right now, but this hinge is maxed out all the way forward. Occasionally you have to take that hinge, you've got to hog out those holes so you can get more forward movement, but I don't believe we should have to. I'm guessing the problem with the new quarter, won't know until I put a fender on, and I probably have to have both fenders on and the hood to make sure everything's lined up. So for now, at least it's an even gap. It's good this way, and the height's bang on. So now I can move on, start stripping my fender, put it on the car. I'm gonna strip the doors. So this should move along a lot quicker now. So I got to show you why I'm taking off what is beautiful bodywork. They did really nice work. Is I'm peeling off, and it's very thin, but you can see all this rust that's underneath the filler. Yeah, it might have been good for several years, but there's no guarantee. So as I peel it back, I'm just seeing that red oxidation, and that's why we do this. So if you take over something that's been left open for years or a long enough time, this is why I suggest you strip it back down to the metal and start over. I've already sandblasted the top and the inner edges. And you can see here's some more spots that I exposed as I took filler off. So I will have to clean those up one way or the other, but I wanted to explain why. This door is all cleaned up, a bunch of the roof, and when you look at the other door, yeah, it's freaking awesome. Straight, but we got to take it all off. So at least on the bright side, look at this. I don't see any rust repairs. Like, this is a nice freaking Fender. So I'm impressed with the car in general. Just a shame it didn't get primed when it was put aside for a while. All right. Okay, lunch is over. Finish stripping this fender so I can blast it. And I believe Miss Cassidy's going to come in and help me strip the other side while I'm blasting this one. So after stripping the other fender, I was saddened to see that it needs some work. Not some work. it's a little bit rough. So what I'm gonna do is run it through the wheel. Now running it through the wheel, you can stretch it out and make a huge freaking mess. I'll try not to. These freaking dogs. Okay. So, if I stretch it too much, that'll be a freaking mess, wouldn't it? So I'm gonna try to do it just right. Okay, I'm going to do a little hammering on this. See if I can smooth out a couple of things that are annoying me. Doing pretty good. At least until I get it on the vehicle where it's stabilized and I can tap it a bit more, maybe shrink a bit.